Equalify Snippets, a weekly video series, bringing a human touch to web accessibility.
Hello, everybody. I'm Blake Vercelli-Booth, founder of Equalify.
Hey, and I'm Kevin Andrews, a certified web accessibility specialist through the International Association of Accessibility Professionals and the owner of Unlocked Freedom Access here in Washington, D.C.
So each one of these videos, we look at a particular issue that's commonly reported in Equalify. And today we're looking at an issue around form elements, specifically the issue form elements must have labels. Let me share my screen and show you what we see in Equalify. So I'm showing Equalify right now, and there's this issue that pops up that says form elements must have labels. And clicking into that issue, I can kind of see that a lot of different form elements on this page we're looking at don't seem to have labels. And this is a big deal because we want to be able to know what the different form elements mean. And so the page that we're looking at right now is NOLA311.org, a great resource for folks to report issues in my hometown of New Orleans. And we're looking at a specific page that shows people's customer satisfaction. So it's a customer satisfaction survey. And so somebody who might be very satisfied with NOLA 311 might come to this survey and want to report how great it was to them. But unfortunately, if you're coming on a screen reader, you're not going to know that these fields have labels. And Kevin, why don't you show folks what happens when you go to NOLA 311 on a screen reader?
I'm on Google Chrome and the JAWS for Windows screen reader. So as Blake said, if I'm on this website and I'm like, hey, I had a really great or not great experience and I want to make my voice heard, this is the experience that somebody navigating will have, which is quite problematic, as you'll see, and we'll talk about why.
Sign up bullet link, main region, contact form region, yes radio button not checked.
It just says yes, radio button, yes, radio button not checked. So clearly I'm being asked something, but because the label, there's no actual explicit semantic label here as part of the radio buttons, which are sort of like your multiple choice, if you will. I don't know what I'm being asked. Yes, no, that's annoying. All right, well, let's try something else.
Yes, radio button not checked.
Well, they're asking me something else. Same thing, yes, radio button. So as you can see, like, it's impossible to fill this out unless you try to do some fancy workaround, which is obviously not accessible and not inclusive.
Yes, radio button not checked. Yes, radio button not checked. Edit required. Blank type of text.
Something's required. It's a text field. It's all the screen reader says, as you heard, was edit required. So,
Stop.
Yeah, that's a very frustrating experience. I'm probably going to be less satisfied when I try to fill it out.
And so with this kind of issue, it's very fixable. You only have to really use the basic HTML form that kind of is described in standard HTML semantics. So once again, this issue was scanned using Axe Core, and what I'm showing right now is a page from DQ University on this issue. Equalify links to these pages so you could find out more about a specific issue. And I want to also state that Equalify doesn't just use Axe. We use lots of different scanners, but Axe is a great scanner that we do use. And so Axe tells us how to solve this issue. And it's really a matter of attributing form labels to the inputs. So if I have a label, like one of the questions that Kevin was looking for, we have an input that we're attributing it to. And so for an example of a well-formed form, Kevin, would you show us a website that has a particularly good form?
Yeah, so this is the contact us form on equalify.app, app. And this is really good because you'll see a few different things. First, you'll know exactly what the heck it is that we're asking for, and also that the fields are grouped in such a way that it just makes a little bit more sense logically and semantically.
Name required group. First edit required. Blank type in text.
Okay, first, and you know that it's part of a group. So as you can see,
last edit required. Blank type in text.
First and last name are grouped together in the name group, and then keep going.
Email required group. Enter email edit required. Blank type in text. Confirm email edit required. Blank. Type in text. Accessibility goals required. Edit required. Blank. Type in text. Additional comments edit. Blank. Type in text.
And that last one is not required.
Submit button to activate. Press enter.
And yeah,
Stop
so that's an example of how simply labeling your form fields, whether they're radio buttons or text inputs or checkboxes, whatever, just connecting the labels with the inputs can make a huge difference. And the difference between someone actually being able to fill it out or not being able to fill it out, like our first example.
And I can't take full credit for the Equalify form being completely accessible. We're actually just using a plugin called Gravity Forms, which kudos to them. Right out of the box, it seems to be completely accessible. So I strongly recommend folks, especially if you're using a WordPress site, to try out Gravity Forms because it seems, as Kevin has demonstrated, fairly accessible. But thank you for watching this other video of our Equalify snippets. We'll have more videos every week showing some of the human touches to these accessibility issues. See you again next week.
For more snippets, visit equalify.app.